Namaste, good evening to Indian friends, and good morning to my friends in Tennessee. The power of radio is not that it speaks to millions, but it speaks intimately and privately to each one of those millions. With that, I would like to introduce you to two guests, as you can see on the frame. We have Mr. Andy Sathe and we have Miss Shalini Dixit. Welcome to Turiya Talks, both of you, please.
Thank you, Sandhya. Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you, Sandhya, for having us. We are so glad to be here with you.
To introduce our guests, they are the co-founders of a company. As you can see, it's being displayed properly also. It's called Suddh Desi Radio. So today we'll talk about from an RJ to the co-founders of a radio channel, and that too, Sat Samudra Par, right, in the US. So if we speak a little bit about the channel, the radio channel, it was found in the year 2018 and it's popular in the region of Southeastern Asian community. Not only that, it has represented itself on various events like PM's visit to US, Miss Universe pageant, and many cultural and social events. I would like to invite you once again. हम लोग कभी भी नहीं सोचे थे कि हम लोग आप लोग को इंटरव्यू करेंगे. So welcome once again. एक RJ होके, what was the journey? Like if you can just tell people.
Sure,
Sandhya, first of all, once again, thank you so much and thank you, welcome and thank you to all the Turiya Talks listeners and viewers here. RJ say radio ki journey. Actually, it's other way. We first founded the radio, me and Andy both, and then we became RJ. So it was very 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 interesting. If we have to tell you. So I'll be speaking a little bit in Hindi in between and a little bit in English. So me and Andy both know each other for a long time. We live in the same city, mutual friends and everything. So we came here and like the radio experience which we have back in India, every day you get up in the morning and you listen, you get up with this song, whichever is playing in the radio. That's how we get up in India. And I'm sure till date it's happening. Though things have changed in radio region, but still radio is a very very integral part of all the Indians life. Now we came here, there is no radio in these 5 6 7 states nearby, and we can't hear radio, and then we were like missing so much. And with us, other people, all other Indians, they all are missing with this too. So Andy talks to me and he says, why don't we start our own radio? I'm like, okay, how does that work? He's like, no, it's nothing, and we'll do it all. So the very funny thing is that he talks to me, हम लोग शुरू करते हैं, कुछ तो भी करते हैं, we have to be pioneers and all. ठीक है, चलो करते हैं. फिर and I'm thinking in my head, then he has everything, strategized and everything is worked up, and then he knows how these things work. I'm like, yeah, let's go. I'm like, yeah, मुझे तो जाना है, बस काम करना है. So I said, yeah, I'm all in. So I knew him as a friend, but I didn't know him as a professional. So हाँ, चलो करते हैं. Then I'm like, okay, हाँ, अभी क्या कर रहा है? Then he's like, yeah, now we have to start from scratch. We need to really study this and we need to really strategize this, because I don't know. I have this thought, but we have to really dig into it and we have to learn how to do this. So that is like a really funny story related to that. How did we start? We had no clue whatsoever what we're gonna do. We had this just thought that we will do it, and then almost 4 years here we are. So next I think Andy can speak more into that.
Sure. I think, thank you, Shalini, for that great, opening thing. Yes, of course. When we moved here, we were missing the whole radio experience. Growing up in India, always, एक street से जा रहा है, एक पान ठेले से दूसरे पान ठेले जाओ, you can listen to that same song in continuity. That was the part that we were missing here. And we were here in Nashville, which is supposed to be the country music capital of the world. और यहाँ पे वो जो बॉलीवुड या हिंदी म्यूजिक वाला जो segment था वो पूरा मिस हो रहा था. So we said, instead of talking and cribbing about it, why don't we start something? And that's how we started. And as Shalini perfectly said, we had this, idea कि कुछ karna hai. How to go about it and how to learn, that's all. Whatever we have done is all self taught. There was nothing that we got a formal training and all that. We don't have a journalism degree or or media ki koi degree hai, aisa nahi hai. Our thing was just passion and creativity. That's how we started it in March of 2018. और मुझे याद है कि मतलब on that day of first thing जब भी हमने किया था, we had first day we had 7500 listeners. So can you imagine, meaning getting that kind of warm welcome? So people actually appreciated that effort, and that's how we have grown from year 2018. Now it is 2021, almost close to 4 years. And as they say, right, when you're having fun, time just has no value. Actually, time passes as you're having fun.
Right.
That's the whole funny thing about us.
Yeah, and then now we started with two people. So initially we founded the radio station, and like you were asking, the journey. So we were the RJs who founded it first, and that's how we became RJ. Initially we just two were there. Now we are more than a dozen RJs.
Almost 18, Shalini. Latest is 18.
It's 18, more than a
Yes.
dozen, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, in different cities, in different states of United States of America, we do regional shows like regional language, Indian regional languages show, and that makes us, our radio, Suddh Desi Radio, different than any other radio station, that we provide regional program which no other radio station does. So अनेकता में एकता वाली बात है हमारे रेडियो के साथ में. We do different kind of talk shows as well, celebrity chats, cover events, so all sort of so many things we do in this radio.
And one important thing is, it's not that there were not radios here in in the US or maybe this part of the world, but I think those radios would pop up like maybe they are here today, 3 months later they are vanished. So today we are probably one of those radio stations that is running for the longest time. Actually, if you look at any of the Desi radios that are there, we are in business for almost 4 years. A lot of radios just come up for some time when they cannot sustain, and then poof, they are gone. So this is, I think, a remarkable achievement for us, and that is just because of the passion, creativity, and the community that we are actually working or serving. So they liking our effort, and as Shalini was saying, pretty various events actually. So we take that pride to call ourselves founders and the hosts, self-made, self-taught radio junkies, so to say.
Right. So as sir said that it brings the Desi community outside of India, and as we know that this radio channel has a variety of programs from entertainment to wellness, finance, educational, regional, and cultural. This is a very, very pertinent question. Many Indians wish to go to the US and achieve their dreams, and people salute success. But as an Indian, how was your journey as an Indian becoming so successful in the US? What challenges and hardships did you come across? If you can just talk about it.
Sure. Do you want me to start, Shalini?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So, as any, immigrant that comes to the US, we came with a dream to make something big here. And initially, we came in on a work visa as part of this whole Y2K stuff that was happening there. And definitely the work that we do is, that's our main work, right? I work in IT professional as such. And then, you have to keep on working on your craft that you have learned or whatever that you have developed. In India, I think pretty much everyone learns some or the other skill. Maybe it is TV, meaning singing, or some playing some instrument, or playing sport or something. But after coming here, you get a much more time actually to do additional stuff. And that's how we started this thinking in the direction of radio or developing something for the community. And for us, this journey has been fabulous. Growing from 7,500 listeners to maybe close to almost 1 million plus listeners, and on social media maybe 8 plus or a million followers, or views and all that. That's something that is remarkable. No one has achieved that. So in terms of journey, going from a software techie guy to entrepreneur, working with equally passionate partner, and bringing something that matters to the Southeast Asian community here. They feel like they are part of this whole America's melting pot, and that's what we are. We are part of that whole melting pot. We are part of the equation, and we bring all these fabulous programs and keep our listeners, viewers motivated and engage entertainment as well.
Well, to answer to your question, Sandhya, like how had it been coming from India to here in the United States? It's a dreamland. They say everybody wants to come to USA. कुछ घूमने के लिए आना चाहते हैं, कुछ काम करने के लिए आना चाहते हैं. Well, from childhood, I wanted to definitely come to USA, and then whatever I had seen in movies, for me, United States was New York or Chicago. That's what I had seen in the movies. And then from there, when I come to Nashville, Tennessee, it's kind of like my all dreams shattered. You'll know when you'll come here, but now it's not like that. I'm talking about like 2 decades back, like that. But yeah, after marriage, I came here, and I always wanted to do something extra, something different. Different than others, and I always wanted my voice to be heard, doing something different so that I can make impression in people's life and definitely do some good for the community. So when I came here, I started my job. First, my first job was a school teacher, and I was doing that. And then just because I wanted to do something for the Indian community here, the very small Indian community here, so I joined association, like a non-profit organization called India Association of Nashville. I'm in their board since been my more than 10 years. I'm serving in that board, doing all cultural events, other side type of non-profit things and volunteering stuff and like that. I wanted to do something, people know me, but then I always had this thing, people should know me, they should recognize me. And I'm like, this is not it, I need to do something else so that people recognize me. And that's where the radio came in picture. And then we are getting to know so many people, like through this we are meeting you also, these wonderful people. We get to know their journey, they get to know our journey, we get motivated. And it's like we are uplifting other people through the radio. So that's the satisfaction, that's the journey. And of course, ups and downs are there. We'll talk more on that, what ups and downs we had. But it's been very good experience and good journey coming here and being a successful entrepreneur and a women entrepreneur. That itself is I feel very proud of that, because if you count on your fingers, you would really found, I don't know how many people will you find, that those who have founded a radio station who are a woman in the United States. So you can literally Google and you'll find like number of people, very less people. Yeah.
So congratulations to both of you once again for this.
Thank you.
This is very interesting for our viewers. People must be thinking, and they must be aspiring to make a career in radio, either as radio jockey, or we have somebody who has a know of technicalities and technical things as well. So would you like to share a few words of advice to them, please?
Or Shalini, I think you can go first.
Okay, yeah. Few words of wisdom or advice would be, if they want to come to this field, I would say, or any field they want to come, they have to really follow their passion, because that's what we did. No matter what, just keep on trying and keep up that hard work and don't just stop. You're going to get all these obstacles, and all the difficulties will be there, but then if you really know this is your true calling and you want to do that, just keep on doing that. As far as RJing concerned, I mean, it's like being vocal and then doing what and talking about the things which you like the most. It's just not like copying anybody, oh so and so does that good and then they are famous in this, so let me follow them. Just be unique, be original. That's the mantra for RJing. And just talk. That's what we do, right? I mean, for any field you want to go, you have to be working really hard and just don't give up. That's what my suggestion.
Right. Some words from Andy, sir.
Oh, well, I'm not sure, but thank you for that. But I think what to tag along what Shalini was saying. Of course, one has to have that passion for sure, and being honest. Whatever you are doing, I think there is a big saying in our Gita, "Karmanya vadika raste ma phaleshu kadachana," right? So whatever your passion is, if your passion is driving you, just keep doing work honestly, and I think in the end of the tunnel, I think you are definitely going to see the light, and that's true for us because as Shalini was saying, definitely we are the entrepreneurs here, and coming from a minority, so to say, in the US, I think that adds a lot of thing to the credit as well. And being
Right.
honest, see, when we started RJing back in the school, I may have done few dramas or something and all that. After that, there was no touch with any of that stuff, even going on a stage and talking maybe once in a while, as I was part of one of the regional committees, as Shalini was saying. But apart from that, there was nothing that coming in front of a camera or lending your voice. That was something that was new to us, and we have learned, I would say, the tricks of the trade, so to say, all by ourselves. We have made some mistakes, we have gone through this whole process, and gone from not A to Z, maybe somewhere we are in between, we are still developing, we are still trying to get better. I think that if you have that kind of mindset, yes, there is no barrier at all, you can always be the best, but that humbleness and getting there is what needed.
Thank you for speaking about radio. I'm sure soon, after a few months, you will speak about film. Wanted to say something about our co-founders that they have been recently appointed as a director, or rather as directors, of the Indian International Film Festival of Boston, what we call it IIFFB.
Mhm.
Due to COVID, I think this COVID has been a tough taskmaster. It has taught a good lesson to few Indian corporations. They have allowed people to work from home.
Yeah.
So I think behind forming this company, this was another reason. I used to hate going to office at sharp 9 o'clock. You become
Mm-hmm.
servant to time. You become servant to somebody else's thought process.
Mhm.
When you are in a creative world, you come back home late, sometimes 11 o'clock, sometimes even 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
But if your employer makes it a mandate that you have to reach office in 9 o'clock and all the 6 days, I think unless somebody is paying his what all EMI bills,
Uh-huh.
rest I think would not decide and fall prey to such kind of circumstances. So that way, I think COVID has helped a few stakeholders in the society
Yeah.
to balance their work life in India too. And I'm sure with this global village, global economy, localized things, and too much of thought process and ideas and changes, soon developing nations to learn these lessons and implement it, because that EQ, emotion, EQ question,
Uh-huh.
emotion question, it
Mhm.
should be high, and all the countries are competing
True.
for that. Yes. So I wanted to ask a couple of other stuffs too, but
Sure.
I wanted to say that we have found out that you both have a very, very deep, interesting background when we talk about social causes. So how do you keep up with your passion in your busy schedule?
Like we were saying, when you have a passion and then you have a hobby or whatever, then there are so many ways, and then you get time to follow that. So here the weekdays for 5 days, Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even they don't even open school on Saturday, Sundays. And since everything is so systematically planned, even the jobs and the radio and everything, so it's like we have schedule. Okay, so and so this much, the 2 hours we'll do this, 3 hours we'll do this, and then we have the weekends and we have the nights, right? They're 24 hours, so we don't sleep basically. Just kidding. So we just take out the time to do these. This is in our schedule built in, that in in 12 months we have to do this charity, we have to do volunteer this time. So this is not like on the fly we are thinking, oh chalo aaj jaake wahan pe ye karte hain. No, this is built in our schedule, because it's Christmas time, we go to children's hospital, though in emergency ward, and then we give gifts those kids, because they cannot come out of the emergency ward and they are stay there, so we become their Santa, and then we go there. So that the 25th of December our fixed, we go there. And before that, here comes in November Thanksgiving. People don't know much about Diwali, but this is Diwali and Thanksgiving, it's the same kind of a thing. So we do that in Thanksgiving time. We go to our first responders, and then we go there. So that this is like built in our system in summer or in springtime. Throughout the year we know this time we are going to this, one day we are going to this charity, we are helping there, doing this volunteering to them. So I'm saying, so just putting them in our calendar, that helps a lot, so we know this is what we have to do.
Right. Anything from Andy, sir?
I think yes, of course we are. I think one is in any business or anything that you are doing, there are two aspects of it, right? There is something that is making money or making being popular or whatever it is, and second thing is the social commitment or this for whatever causes that we believe in. And as Shalini was saying, we have that built into our schedule, but there are so many things that we try to do, we don't even try to talk about it. Is even there is a local food pantry here where we try to go and help in terms of raising funds or raising some, if they have some sort of food drive that is going on, we will help them generate getting those food cans or something like that. Or there is something called as United Way, which is a non-profit organization that helps all the needy folks here. They have before the school starts, they have something called as various drives, so that they can deliver school supplies to the needy people here. So we jump on that bandwagon, we try to help them. Then I think one of the important thing that Shalini probably also mentioned was going to these foster homes. Foster homes is something that we started. There are kids who need some sort of affection, love. At the same time, they need that someone is actually looking out for them. So we have that as part of our social commitment in the community that we serve in. If we can mingle with them, if we can be part of that, that's what is the best thing for any business. And as for individual also, that is a much more gratifying thing, that we are doing something for the betterment of people, not just the talk, because radio is all about talk, but that's supported by the action that we do as well.
Yeah, it's like our
Absolutely
moral
right.
duty for towards the society. We have to do that.
Yes.
I don't know. When we were in India, we didn't know about what is. I didn't know about what is a foster home. And then we were like, what is foster home? So these are the kids. I'm just telling to all the viewers, if they don't know what is foster care is, these are the home, and these kids are, they have crossed one age, like 16 or above, and they cannot be adopted anymore. So they live in the foster care, and they have their foster parents, and they help them in study, and then their upbringing and everything. So they cannot be adopted, like in India and every other countries we have orphanages for the small little kids. They can be adopted, but these are teens now, not they cannot be adopted according to the US rule or whatsoever. They have to be in a foster care only. So they
Right.
kind of never get parents love. They don't know what that is. So just wanted to share.
Right.
No, no, it's a duty to give back to the society in whichever form we can.
Absolutely, and I
It
think
is very,
we
very
have we
important.
have been we have been taught in India, but in India we don't practice that much. We always talk about it, but we don't take that step. But I think after coming here, you are actually put into action. You try to do stuff for the society. As Shalini was saying, she has been on a India Association of Nashville, that board for 10 years. I was on a regional committee as a president for some time. So that basically takes away our time commitment. But I think the satisfaction or gratification comes from the standpoint that yes, we are doing something for the community, we are giving our time and trying to help them. Either it is bringing people together or helping someone who's actually needy. And the part that Shalini was saying about first responders, in India, we always, talk about police, all the, stuff that happens with ambulances and other stuff. But here we go on a day of Thanksgiving, helping these, cops or police, our, first responders, like, firemen and other people, or even our nurses and all that. We try to do something for them, showing our, our thanks, or giving our thanks for all the wonderful job that they are doing.
Right. One last question. Your final message to Turiya Communications and Turiya Talks team.
Well, Sandhya, first of all, I want to say thank you to, first of all, or so many times I want to say thank you to you to, first of all, inviting us to Turiya Talks. And I wish you and Turiya Talks all the best. In coming future, you do so very well. And I want to say all the listeners, download our app, Suddh Desi Radio, and listen us there. So all the best to all of you, and stay safe at home.
Right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own Turiya Talks, though.
Yeah, that too. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and Turiya Talks, and we will be doing that. And then everybody on our behalf, just do that, and because we are
Right.
safe, we have to do it.
Right.
Right. Adisa, do you have to say anything?
No, I think Shalini pretty much summarized everything. Yes, do like us on Facebook, follow us on there, and if you have any suggestions and all that, you can always tell us, because we are kind of open communication. We believe in open communication. Anything that we do. One of the part I think we may have missed mentioning earlier is we organize here something called as a competition, talent competition, giving a stage actually and raising some money for scholarship of all these talented kids. So yes, we do all sorts of stuff. We are probably doing from here to there, all the stuff. But I think what matters most, and I think for your listeners and your followers, is have that passion, believe in Suddh Desi Radio, like our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and we are here to stay for a longer time and really make some difference. As you guys are, bringing lot of interesting information to your followers and all that. Similarly, we are trying to do that job here, so we are probably best partners in this area.
Right. So your followers and my followers, they have to watch the show to understand that how insightful and how entertaining was it. But I can only say thank you to both of you for taking out time and speaking with us. And I'm sure our viewers will enjoy this show and they will learn a lot. What is it? They will learn RJing and coordinating with different words. That is very, very important. Please share your opinion on Turiya Talks, the point we can improve on, and how was your experience. Till then, be safe. Thank you and namaste.
Thank you very much. Namaste.